Damn it, stop. Fucking. Damn it, stop. Fucking. Damn it, stop.
What a doofus.
So there's like a 30-second delay on YouTube.
Oh, no.
It's a long time. Yeah. Here, I'll show you.
What a doofus.
Okay, so real quick, on your screen, 30-second delay on YouTube.
Oh, no.
Did you hear that? It's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll show you. This is weird. Okay, so real quick, on your screen, 30-second delay. So there's like a 30-second delay. I have it on YouTube.
Oh,
On YouTube. That's a long time.
Oh, no.
That's a long time. Yeah. Yeah, here, I'll show you. This is weird. Okay, so real quick, on your screen, 30-second delay. So there's like a 30-second delay. I have it on YouTube. On YouTube. That's a long time. That's a long time. How does it keep playing that? Yeah, here, I'll show you. This is weird. Do you have the YouTube link up?
No.
Where are you hearing that? 30-second delay. I have it on YouTube. On YouTube. How does it keep playing that? Okay, hold on a second. Do you have the YouTube link up? No. Where are you hearing? Oh, you know what? I know how it's happening.
Have we been back?
No, you know what? I forgot that I had it on this computer in the background also.
Oh, okay.
Computers.
Good thing we're testing it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be able to, are you going to have the board members and the presentation? Or is that what you're trying to determine?
Yeah, I sent this presentation to Mark to have on his screen because I want to possibly have him share his screen and go through the presentation. That way, if there's like technical issues, I can deal with those in the background. I don't know if I would be able to like do that plus the presentation, you know?
So you're going to depend on him to do it?
Yeah. I'm going to see. I want him to share his screen.
So what we're doing today is it not going to be the actual presentation?
No.
Oh, it's a different one.
Yeah. So what I want to try today is have the presentation up. Now I was like kind of annoyed because they basically, Mark told me multiple times that the closed session items were done. So I sent them to the committee members. Then after the fact, he said, oh wait, one of the pictures is wrong. And then after the fact, so I sent it out again. And then again, Charles was like, oh no, can we also include these? And I'm like, you know what? I've kind of corrected this so many times. It's going to be confusing for them. So why don't I just include it in like the meeting notes? What I would like to do is put it actually on the presentation for when we're no longer live.
Right. That's what I thought he meant.
Yeah.
Sending it out to them.
Right. Yeah. But I want to make sure that I test the live, like turning the live off.
Right.
And we can still see the presentation.
Right.
You know, so that's kind of what I'm wanting to do right now. Okay, let me try to share my screen again. This is like so much. Okay, share screen. We're still live.
So you're watching it on YouTube on your other screen?
Yeah. I see it. It looks like it's like a 30-second delay. But that's okay. Can you see that? Can you see my screen?
It just says test presentation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see my picture at all?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm looking to see what it looks like on YouTube. All right. I think this is good.
But can we have a dozen squares of people? And not,
I right now it looks like it's set up to where it's just on speaker mode. So
okay, whoever speaks is gonna be up?
right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now Mark's in the meeting and I'm watching it. Hey, Mark, on YouTube. So we'll see if trying to see. I'm watching. I'm trying to see if it like switches back to when you were talking.
Okay, so I'll talk. And does it switch to me?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, Mark talk. Mark.
Hello, I'm trying to get my volume to work correctly.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it does switch on YouTube.
Okay, good.
So Mark, what I was telling Deanna I want to do is have for the closed session, all of the photos and all of that, I'm going to actually put them on the presentation. And then when we go off of YouTube, when I close it down, keep the presentation going. So you can meet with the members and then show them those pictures and all of that.
Okay, I still can't, I'm still messing with this. I can't get my volume to work right now, you guys.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know why.
Hey, Katie,
The volume control is not showing up on my computer.
Yeah, what's up?
is there a way to, so I see now to make Mark a host, but is there a way to make him a co-host? So like, can there be dual hosts so that he's not the only one?
There we go. I can hear you now.
Okay, so that there's more than one person kind of controlling things?
Yeah, so if you hover over the person's name and to do more, there should be an option for co-host, and then you should be
Oh,
able to do that for multiple people.
My bad. I just saw that for one. I just saw the host. Okay, so I made Mark a co-host. So Mark, you should be able to like mute people and stop video and things like that now.
Okay. I don't see any controls on my computer that allow me to do that.
So if you kind of hover over somebody's picture over their screen.
Yeah, first click participants, and then you'll see everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's like the three dots for the more. Then you can see the different things that you're able to do.
Yes. Okay, so like I'm on Deanna, so I can mute audio, stop video, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Try them all.
And you can, now the other thing that's important is, so basically when we go to closed session, there's going to be people like myself and Deanna that are on the actual Zoom call, but we can't be in closed session, but we don't want to be hung up on because we need to come back and finish the minutes and all of that. So what you're going to do is I'm going to put everybody in the waiting room. Then you're going to put me in the waiting room. So
Okay.
if you click on my name, there's, or on those three dots, there's a thing that says put in waiting room. So
Right. And then after we're done, then what?
now I just put Deanna in the waiting room. Now let me find out how to get her back.
Yeah, that's my point.
It's under participants again.
Okay. Whoops. See, when I have my screen shared, I can't see all the participants quite the same.
So I just admitted Deanna.
You did? Okay.
Is she back?
Yeah, she's back now.
Hey!
You're trying to waiting room.
Let me in.
Now, question, Deanna, could you hear us while you were in the
No.
waiting room? Good. Okay. Yeah. Because I think Alex or someone was saying like, oh, I could hear in the waiting room, but I didn't think that was the case.
No.
Oh, no, I think in the waiting room, you could see the chat.
Oh, got it. Got it. Okay.
Oh, yeah, our chat is off.
Yeah. Okay. Now, do you guys see the presentation that I'm clicking through?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I thought these would be fun.
That first one was funny.
So the way this will
oh.
work, Amy, is I will say next slide and then you just put it up. I guess that's how it's gonna work.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out if we should have you do the presentation and share your screen and then click through. That way, if there's technical issues, I can be doing that instead of the screen. If I'm trying to figure that out, but I think maybe it'll be easy. I think I'll just do the presentation and I'll watch it on YouTube at the same time to make sure that I'm doing it right.
Wow.
Okay.
You up for all that?
No. Just kidding.
Well, and that's the only thing for me. Like when I was trying to do the slides for the presentation and manage the participants, it was a little difficult. So I would say
Yeah.
if it's possible for you, Mark, to like just click through when you're presenting, obviously, to just be able to click through the slides, it might make it easier for Amy. But Amy might be way more of an amazing multitasker than me too.
And I think we'll have less people though, so it might be.
Yeah, we only have a few
Yeah, no, that's true.
compared to you guys.
Okay, okay, so Andreas has his hand raised.
I don't see him.
Me hungry, he raised hand.
Now you can see there's something on his picture that shows a hand.
I
Yeah,
don't have his picture.
okay, so
Yeah,
that's
I was
good.
just-
So only
I was
only
just
Mark
checking that
does
out.
because he's a co-host.
Oh, okay.
Ricky,
And-
can you see everybody's pictures or just?
I don't see Ricky anymore either.
I can see everybody.
I
Yeah.
think, do you have it, do you have it to where it's all tiles? Because that's how my screen looks.
On my screen it is, and I'm looking at on YouTube, it's not showing up that way. So I have it on YouTube right now.
Yeah, so how it works is like the individual user basically they get to choose what view they want. So if they want like the column view where it shows a few and you can scroll through, or just the one person who's speaking, or the grid view. So it's kind of up to the individual user, or I think they can basically have no video showing during a presentation. And I think for YouTube, it just defaults to the speaker view. So it only shows the person
Okay.
that's speaking.
Okay, so the only way that that would not happen is if I removed people's videos, if I took people's videos off, like how you guys did for the governing board.
What do you mean?
You know, for the governing board, you guys didn't want the videos to show because of the lag.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you just stopped people's videos manually, and that's how that was your move.
Yeah, so how it would work out, and I don't know if you were there during the presentation, when I was doing the presentations, because I was basically the only person speaking, is I believe it still showed like the speaker view, but it just showed my picture because I didn't have video
Okay.
in the upper corner. I'd have to go back and look at the recording to see if that was the case, but I believe it just defaults to the speaker view. And there's,
Okay.
for at least for the live stream purposes.
Okay, cool. I think, all right, then I think I have that figured out for the most part.
So like now I would say next slide and you can bring up the next slide.
Right.
I like your slides, by the way.
There's a 30-second delay too, it looks like on
Yes,
YouTube. so I'm
there
trying
there is a delay for whatever
Okay.
reason.
I didn't realize it was that long, and I'm watching it counted. Okay, so
It's so you have the opportunity to bleep out when they start cussing.
Probably.
that would be good. Okay, I think I got it then.
So when we're done with this in the real meeting, when it's time, when the attorney says the reason for going into closed session, then everyone gets kicked out with the exception of the list, and you have the list of who will be in, right?
Right, and I'll just put everybody in the waiting room, and then Mark will put me in the waiting room.
Okay.
But really,
Put yourself in the waiting room?
I don't think so.
What's
Katie?
that?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't.
No, I don't think I can.
Interesting.
And then after we're done, I take you out of the waiting room, basically, Amy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because one option would be like, since I'll be co-host for the meeting, Amy, I could put you in the meeting room after you make Mark the host, and then I just leave and he's the host.
Okay. Yeah.
A baton,
What's that?
like a baton, you're passing the baton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Marissa got a little freaked out. I was like, okay, I'm making you the host now when we had our closed session for executive committee. She's like, do I have to do anything? I was like, no.
Okay.
So I show 8 participants, but my screen only shows 6 individuals at a time.
I think you just have to click up at the
Scroll down,
top.
yeah.
There's like tile views.
Yeah, so it's if you see the little, it's like that tile looking icon.
Right, I
Maybe.
clicked on the one that supposedly gives me all the tiles, but I'm still not getting.
So
Oh, you're right. It says you
yeah,
have to resize it.
If you stretch it all the way out, it'll start showing people.
The bottom right
Oh,
corner.
okay.
Yeah, if you kind of
Yeah,
stretch
then
that.
there's arrows at the bottom. You can scroll past people.
Now, one thing real quick, when you did talk about the votes, Katie had mentioned, or I know that I think they did something like this, the governing board, was for voting, they put their hand up or something like that. Should we just do voice or should we have?
No,
them put their hand
you know
up?
what I'm gonna do, you guys? I'm gonna do what I've been doing with my other organizations. We do a quick roll call vote. So
Okay, for
if you
each
want,
one,
Amy,
item?
I can do that. So when there's a motion and second, then I will go ahead and read off and do a roll call, and then each individual can say yes or no.
Perfect. Okay.
And will the person announce their name when they say, I make a motion, and then their name, I second it? Didn't we ask them to do that? So there's no.
Yeah, I think that would be good. I mean, we can visually see who's doing it because you know who's speaking, but I guess for people who might be viewing it, it might be helpful.
No, oftentimes they'll speak at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do. And sometimes we kind of miss it and then they get like little.
So what I did as chair of the planning commission in Long Beach, when that would happen, I would, as the chair, say, I have a first from commissioner such and such, and I have a second. So maybe Tim could assist us with that. Or I could do it, either way.
Yeah, would you do it?
Okay.
Yeah, it would make it easier on us.
Okay. I think that's really all I needed to do. I just needed to make sure I see how it works for everybody else. Actually, let me do one more thing before we get off. I'm going to take it off of YouTube without removing my screen sharing. That's what I want to do. Stop.